Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Jab Podcast. This is episode 20. On this episode, we talk about some Tekashi, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. We do some fan mail like we always do, and end it with some SpongeBob. So stay tuned and listen, and watch out for the Jab.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Hey, yo, kid.
Watch out for the jab.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Jab Podcast.
Welcome.
We are in this beach. Want to start off and say happy birthday to our producer, Claudia.
Yeah.
Happy birthday
Yes.
to Claudia.
Yes. I heard she went and got turned up last night. Claudia, where'd you go?
Shop bar.
Shot bar.
Shot bar.
Shout out to
wait,
Shot
wait,
Bar.
wait. Shop?
Is that
shot?
Texas? Like you're gonna get shot with a gun?
Oh.
Your
Oh.
shots in the shop.
Oh, shots like drinking.
Speaking of shots, you know who's going to get some dick shots in jail? Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Dick
For sure.
shots?
Dick shots.
What makes you say that?
Like he's gonna get a photography.
No,
done?
dude. They,
oh, nice, yeah.
the reports are saying that at his court date last week, he was limping.
So you think that's from Dick?
Yeah.
He is in the blood.
For sure.
Jail Dick?
Yeah.
That's I hope,
It sucks, but it's.
I
think
wouldn't
it's
wish
what
that.
happened.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Yeah, but he almost sort of asked for it.
For dick shots?
Yeah, I think when you act like a thug and a gangster, but then you dye your hair pink, rainbow shit, and your whole thing is rainbow, cartoons. Like when you go to prison, dudes are gonna be like, "This dude's soft."
So he only deserved the dick because of his hair color?
I didn't say nobody deserves dick. Nobody
You said he
But
just-
what I'm saying is he
Oh,
basically
you said he asked for
he
it.
asked for it, right? He's like out here talking all this gangster stuff. Doing all the things that are very opposite of what those guys in prison who've been there. That's a totally different animal. A gangster on the street is a totally different animal than a gangster in prison.
Oh yeah, there's
You know what I'm
different
saying?
rules.
Those dudes do not do the rainbow
Booty
hair.
warrior.
They don't care. Exactly, booty warrior.
So if Tekashi didn't have rainbow hair, he wasn't asking for the dickin'?
he
If he wasn't Roy G. Biven,
and if he didn't have 69
he wouldn't be
on
asking
his
for the
face-
dickin'.
Dude,
he was.
he's getting like sexually
I
assaulted
know.
though in prison. Like that's bad.
I know, but I'm saying is like he did some things outside that he didn't have to do.
He also made millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, but apparently not much. He only has 1.5 in the bank. That doesn't seem like a lot for him.
Well, I mean, he's only been making music for like a year.
Yeah,
bro.
but 1.5 doesn't seem like a lot.
But he just dropped a CD too. Now
does he still
we're
get money
talking.
for that?
I heard that they like froze his bank account and his mom's bank account.
So that's why I'm thinking he dropped the CD, because the proceeds will go to the record label, and then they will pay for his lawyer and all that stuff,
Yeah.
so that he
For
won't go to
sure.
jail. Because they're obviously going to make more
Yeah.
money if he doesn't go to jail.
And the people featured on it and stuff like that.
I think that's why it was dropped so soon.
You ever wonder?
Strategy.
You ever wonder what prison is like? By the way, strategy. I actually seen some stuff. I've actually seen some stuff where people are saying that it's fake. It's all fake.
the Tekashi thing.
Yep.
That sounds like something that you made up.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not something I
I
made
could
up.
see it for
Jordan
publicity.
conspiracy.
Jordan conspiracy.
But he's
just me in
in-
my bathtub, bro, reading with a fucking
Why are you in the
candle,
tub?
just making up shit. Because that's where I make my conspiracies up, bro.
Oh, okay.
It's just me in the bathtub with a
Sure.
newspaper from 1993, and I'm connecting it to shit that happened to me in my life, and then portray, making up
Oh.
a story.
That
Damn.
makes sense. It's kind of like at the end of that TV show, The Preacher,
I've
Rev
never
Run.
seen it. Oh,
He would go in the
yeah,
bathtub
yeah,
after
Oh.
his episodes.
That's exactly, but just
Run's
way,
house.
Run's house.
way more dark.
Yeah, he was
Way
chilling.
Like Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah. Do you think he was actually naked under there? Like I gotta get out of here now, guys. My dick's about to be out.
Don't
Hey,
look.
hey, Pat,
would-
you see
maybe.
once you see your pastor's nipples, I feel like you can never go back to listen to them quote scripture.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you come back from that, exposing your nipples and
No.
going back to? Wait, is he actually he's a reverend?
Oh, is
Not
that,
a
that's not the
pastor,
same
right?
thing?
He's Rev Run.
I don't know the difference.
Yeah, I don't know
personally.
either. But I don't think he was doing like
We're all acting
sermons.
like we know
I don't
the
think he was
difference.
doing like sermons.
But he wears
was
the collar, bro.
He probably.
Yeah, that's a part of his character.
I think he hands out the crackers.
He's the cracker guy.
Yeah, he's the guy that goes back and get the crackers.
Was
and
he
comes
Uncle
in.
Cracker?
Isn't-
I was at a wedding once, and I
I like where it's going.
my friend and I stole a bottle of wine from the church cooler.
Dude, you're going to fucking.
But I don't know if it was.
HE double hockey
But
sticks.
like, okay, so during the service, they always drink red wine, right, for the blood.
Yeah.
It was white wine. So
Is
like,
it red? I don't know, honestly.
I think it's supposed to be red wine
Dude,
to
yeah, okay,
symbolize.
so
the
yeah,
I've
blood.
been offered the cracker
the-
and didn't take it. I just don't
the-
feel right.
the wine's the blood and the cracker's the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a booty cheek.
So it was white wine. So like, I drank it, but like, it's not like for the service, you know.
Yeah, hopefully not. That'd have been sucked. Like, oh, guys, we're out of booze.
Hey guys, we can't do the
we can't
blood of
do this
Christ
today.
And Brock's wasted in the parking lot.
What about it? I thought this is America.
Isn't it? I think that's an interesting practice though. That to pass out a biscuit and some juice.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Like,
One thing about the situation, going back to me stealing, like, why is it worse that I did that from a church? Like, it's not like a business.
because I feel like people just think if you do something wrong at a church, God's watching you.
People
right?
just think,
yeah.
you know, it's just.
Yeah.
What if he's a very passive leader? He's just like, whatever. I'll come
Hey,
back
you
later.
know, I was 16 once too. I get it. I get it. I don't know.
It's one of the biggest arguments.
I
There's
got
no proof and there's no not proof.
I got pulled over by a cop once when I was like doing something that I shouldn't have been, and he's like, you know what? I was 16 once. I get it. I swear, and he let me go.
White.
He was. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Isn't that like that's like sad? But it was good for. I mean, it was tight for me. But it's
Yeah,
sad
that's
that
awesome
only
for you.
exists for like. People
Must be a good kid. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong
no,
here.
No. So another thing about Tekashi's, they changed one of the lines in his new songs on his album where he talks about Fashion Nova. Apparently, they like paid him to like say the name, which is dope.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Do you know how much they paid him?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have the facts, but
Not enough to say it.
facts don't matter. But he changed
Right.
his mind because he was on
Hashtag
the
facts don't
he was
matter.
on the song with Nicki, and Nicki and Cardi have beef, and Cardi is the brand ambassador.
Yeah,
That's not really-
Cardi B's in charge.
Well, okay, so he just changed one line. Did they pay him? They paid him already.
They paid him the money to say the name, and they changed it last minute.
You know, not only is he like getting himself in trouble financially, but he's got such a bad name on the market because he had that deal. He had that headphone deal for $4 million, and he got in that fight. Remember that one at JFK, the airport, where him
Oh yeah.
he got in that fight, and lost that deal. So like, if your net worth is 1.5 and you lost a $4 million deal, and then you go and change a line in a song to fuck up
Or
another
petty
deal,
shit.
it's just like, you know, you're gonna go broke and you're gonna be in prison.
Yeah, or else I still stand by my guns and say that it's all planned, dude. I think the $4 million is worth less than what he's going to be making after everything is said and done.
After this whole drama,
Yeah.
But do you think he? It's a tough thing because you're
$4 million's
risking a lot.
I agree. I agree that he might be stupid, but it all comes down to the end.
There's no,
Stupid.
there's
He
no.
called himself a
I'm
dummy.
stupid.
The weird thing is there isn't news coverage about this. Like, this isn't on the news anywhere. This is a big deal. An indictment, you know, with how many people are ever involved.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big deal. And like gangsters, like it's a thing. But there's no news about it at all. I think we hear about it so much on social media because that's where we do our marketing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But everyone I talk to still knows about him.
Yeah.
Like, even if they aren't on Instagram.
Yeah. Some people are like, who the fuck's Takeshi? Like,
And then you show them a picture, and you're like, oh, that
Yeah.
guy was going to
The
jail.
rainbow hair.
you know what's crazy? There's a picture of him, Trippie Redd, and some other dude from a long time ago. Have y'all ever seen this?
I don't think so.
This picture is.
Are they all together?
Yeah, it's all three of them together.
Okay.
Treyway?
Did you-
So
did
it
you
was
read that?
Treyway?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's
it's
fucking Trojan.
It's
Yeah.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, Trippie Redd, and some other guy. I don't recognize him. But if you look at this picture, I remember seeing this picture a few years ago and thinking, these dudes can't be real. Like, these are Halloween costumes. And now two of those three guys, I don't know who the third dude is, they're the biggest, like, you know, hip-hop artists out right now.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, that kind of looks like the majority of like SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's just so uncomfortable. Like, hey, Tekashi, what is going on with your body, son? Like, what do you do all day? He looks like the human version of like when we make lamb, you know, like really soft lamb, and we don't let it walk or anything. What's that called? Veal?
Veal?
Yeah, so he looks like a human version of veal.
human veal.
That dude is soft as butter,
Damn,
limping into court. Sorry, Daniel.
dude. Damn, you're going in on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been really like frustrated with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
You know what's funny? Like when he first started coming out with music, you were like the one person that I like knew that like was listening to his music because you're like, I hate him so much and I can't stop watching.
I know.
And that really
crazy.
stood with me.
One thing I noticed is like my Instagram feed started being a lot of Tekashi 6ix9ine, and I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, this means I'm looking at this way too much.
Yeah,
But you can't keep your eyes. It's like a fucking fire. You know, you just like, oh, that's burning.
I think that's why. I think like him and Kanye. Like I don't know if you heard any of their music together, but like they have very similar styles in the fact that they use controversy to help sell albums. Like every time Kanye like does something, he follows it up with music. And I think that's like pretty calculated. Like
Definitely.
And recently Meek Mill came out with his new album, and
So good.
Yeah, it is tight. But Jay-Z was on there, and there was like questionable lines about him like dissing Kanye, and he like came out and said, I wasn't dissing him, it's just like, don't compare me to him because that's like my brother or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Kanye replied and said Throne 2 or something like that, but like I don't know if I really want that album.
Yeah.
Like I think just like in today's like musicscape, like I don't think that can work. Like I think, well, and they're so, you know, like when Watch the Throne came out, the original one, it was so great because it's just kind of like they've already done everything you can do in hip hop, and essentially it's just like a victory lap,
Yeah.
like, you know, like
team up and just kill the game.
mm-hmm, like.
But at this point, do you think it could be like a whole nother level of that? Because they're both like Kanye is in a weird place, and it's crazy when we always and somehow Kanye just always stay relevant though. Like we talk
Of
about him
course.
in a lot of episodes.
He's like the most talked about like musician like ever.
It's hard not to talk about
Yeah,
him.
everything
But do you
he
think
does.
that like if him and Jay-Z made something together, rather like how it would be if one of them made something, if they're making it together, it could be
I
at a
don't know.
level where people really like it now.
I think though the Watch the Throne in the original one was just like Kanye's swag and then Jay-Z's like professionalism brought it together. And I don't know the roles that it would be now because Kanye is almost lost.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of confusing.
And
Yeah.
Jay-Z now is just like, be smart with your money, and
And then-
Kanye's just like, I'm not on pills.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what the
Spend-
fuck? But that's a weird
Spend
album.
$600 for shitty seats at my concerts, but be
Yeah.
smart with your money.
Yeah,
Jay-Z and Beyonce are on this crazy level of success. So you just can't
Mm-hmm.
like when I see posts of couples and be like Jay and Bay. It's like you all are not. that. Like, what are you doing?
Are they? Do you think they're like couples goals
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Yeah.
just because they're rich?
Yeah,
Wow.
and no, not because they're rich. Because I mean, yes, like Al, I know you talked about them doing like the thing where their concerts are so expensive, but like you just can't deny that they're both extremely successful people that do a lot for
That's
a
like-
lot of people. Not necessarily with their concert tickets, but another means.
Yeah.
So like that's a cool goal because they're both successful in their own manner. Like you should be in a relationship. You know, like a relationship can't be one person being successful and the other person just along for the ride. It needs to be two people achieving their own things.
I
Like
think
focusing on
Jay-Z
shit.
took like the Bay wagon though.
Like he got on her. Yeah, I think you're right because she's a little more universally known. Like Jay-Z's not like people like your average like
Now-
soccer mom isn't like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but everybody knows who Beyonce is because she's a huge pop icon.
But at the time, you know, like 2004 or whatever, when they met, like Beyonce was just leaving Destiny's Child, which like was cool. But like Jay-Z was very well established in like '96. You know, like
Yeah.
he was established first. So like I don't necessarily think like he jumped on her shit. But like now, like Beyonce's so much more popular than
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
Easily.
Like if Jay-Z did a tour, like I suppose he could probably do like arenas. But
I was never really a fan of Jay-Z.
really,
Yeah, I never really listened to his. My dad would listen to his music. Never really got.
I feel like his
Involved.
music's very similar to like red wine. You kind of just have to like really swish it around for a while. 'Cause it's good. It's just weird. Like the flow. Some of the things and flow. The way he flows is sometimes just really off. It doesn't feel like it was even on beat. But I feel like after you listen for a while, because like I'm not a huge fan either. Like, but there's a few songs like "The Evils."
yeah.
Remember that song?
Mhm.
That shit was dope. That
Yeah.
verse he had on that Drake song.
Pound cake.
No,
Yeah,
not,
I'll
Light
take
Up.
Jay-Z on a feature or Jay-Z
Yeah.
on a feature.
but not a whole J song.
No,
Do it off your shoulder.
Oh
no, dude, I didn't like it.
Damn.
I never liked it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jay-Z, 19 years ago today, he stabbed someone at a club for bootlegging his album. It's just he's changed so much.
For real. No,
I mean-
what if he's still stabbing people, bro?
You think Jay-Z's still stabbing people?
Yeah, but like real low key
He's
stabbing
like, hey,
people.
B, get the shank. I'm about to stab this dude. Was that bad?
It's okay. It's okay.
It was alright. Okay.
It's like the best Jay-Z version in the room for sure.
Thanks. I appreciate that kind of. I don't know. Like I'm sure he's grown from that. You
Yeah.
have to. What else is going on?
George Bush also died yesterday. Yeah, George Bush died yesterday. The older
Yeah.
one, George Bush Senior.
Senior.
You know, on this podcast, like a couple episodes ago, I was like, I'm surprised he's not dead yet.
Yeah,
Because
he was
Laura
like
died.
90. He was like 90 something.
Yeah.
Can we get a
Old.
check? Well, how old is George Bush Senior? Neo, I feel like because they just lost a mom not too long ago, right?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
is normally
I
like
saw them ride on the highway.
Dude, there's some
with the
Texans out
funeral.
there hurting right now. You know, I feel like it's weird. It's weird a lot of times when famous people.
94.
He was 94. So George Bush
He's
Senior was
old.
94. I'm sorry, and this is not to be insensitive at all, but you're good to go. Like 94. Like see,
You,
like,
he
you
had
were
a
the
lot of-
president. You
Yeah.
accomplished
He
everything.
did a
you
lot of
accomplished.
stuff.
he had a lot of health problems too.
For
like,
sure. I don't-
He was sick.
it's hard to want to live past the point where you can't like wipe your own ass and climb some
Yeah.
stairs, you know?
I saw recently it said like Stan Lee cause of death revealed. It's like he's 95. Like what the fuck do you think? He's old. He died. You know, like not.
He
like
was
you said-
murdered.
Isn't it amazing to think about the wear and tear your body takes in 95 years of living?
Dude, picture having a son like George Bush Jr.
A retarded person that made it to the...
God damn it,
He-
W.
Out of every president besides Obama, I'll hang out with George Bush Jr., dude.
He seems fun.
California
He does.
Kush.
He does seem like a lot of fun. Actually, no. I'll be honest with you. The way George Bush just Jr. looks like a fun person to hang out with.
So
Like,
much fun.
You would leave and you'd be like, I think I would do that again.
Yeah.
But Bill Clinton seems like the type of person you hang out with him once and you're like, I'm never hanging out with him again.
I'm not partying with that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I just recently
again.
saw a picture, and I don't know if it was real, but it's a
I think
picture.
he should rerun for president.
I don't think they'd vote.
He's
him.
old too.
Bill.
But it was a picture of him getting a fucking rub down by a Russian prostitute in a hotel while he's just watching TV.
Bill
And-
Clinton.
Yeah, Bill Clinton. So there's that. There's him
Hey.
getting a blowies in the most, the room that's pretty important, the Oval Office, when
Hey.
she was 21 and he was like 45.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like he would get you into some
Same.
shit. Like you'd end up at a massage parlor at night or something,
Like
doing
real
some
life.
dumb shit. Like,
But if you were president, you wouldn't be stuck in those same situations. Not to that
as
extent.
Clinton,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think I'd be out there as he was.
It kind
You know what I'm
of goes. It kind of goes back to just being responsible with the situation that you're put in, like with Tekashi and stuff like that. You know, it's like
They put me as president. Game
or
over.
like Kareem Hunt,
Oh, yeah, the back.
the running back for the Chiefs. Like like you have this responsibility to like obtain a decent public image.
Yeah.
And that video surfaced of him recently, just like shoving those girls to the ground and like kicking that girl when she's on the ground.
Okay, so I one thing I will say is like it was barely a kick. Like he tapped her.
He kicked her,
He didn't kick her.
Dude,
like,
after the
he hit
20
her with
pushes,
his
he
foot.
just
This-
kicked her.
the thing
and they
is-
got pushed to the ground.
he pushed. Someone else ran into them and they got pushed. Like I know. I'm not defending him.
Well, and that's the thing.
What
Like,
I'm saying is,
I don't know the story either, but
it's
like there
easy
is
to-
video of them getting pushed to the
It's
ground.
easy to make it sound. It sounds a lot worse than I think what I saw in the video.
I kind of thought it was like a Sparta kick when I first saw it.
Every story has two sides, but at
Yeah.
no point in time should a guy who can bench 300 pounds of weight.
What about 225?
Hey, maybe. No,
Yeah,
dude. Like, he's
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
she looked unconscious. That's why he didn't kick her that hard, because he looked at her, he's like, damn, I fucked this girl up.
Yeah, it was kind of like a checking if she's alive.
Yeah,
kick.
like, should I kick her harder?
Like poking her with a stick.
yeah.
Oh shit!
That-
That was insensitive.
That all just looked like it got out of hand.
Who went in on an interview?
Ray Rice.
Yeah, he had his 2 cents.
Yeah.
What? Like, what? What are you doing?
He's just overcompensating for what he did. He's like, yeah, let's forget about what I did.
He's like,
look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, kick. That was all toe.
He's like, finally.
It's like you.
I
Ray
think-
Rice fucking haymakered a girl in the face and then
So-
dragged her limp body out of the
I think he
elevator.
was more so saying like it's hard. He knows what it's like being in that situation.
Yeah.
And also like after that,
Is
he
he a
tried.
rookie?
He was
Sorry.
sorry.
Is Hunt a rookie?
No, he played. He played last year.
Okay.
He ain't playing no more.
He's not.
He's gonna play again.
I don't know. They reinstated Ray Rice, and he never played again.
Picture how many boos would be in that stadium.
Boobs.
Boo.
Oh, booze.
Boobs booing.
Yeah, and he'd probably get lit up by some other guys extra. A little
Yeah.
extra.
Well, you think so?
Yeah.
Because you were like kind of like sympathetic for the situation. Like you
No,
don't think
no,
football
no.
guys would be like?
Listen, okay, I'm not saying that what he did wasn't wrong. I'm just saying is like saying he kicked and punched a girl while she's on the ground or whatever. Like it wasn't as direct as like him hitting her in the face or kicking her in the ribs or something. Like I get it, but it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as sometimes I think it can be made to sound.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And
no, I don't
yeah.
think they'd be sympathetic. Imagine being some like veteran guy who's like been in the league for 5 or 6 years, and you have daughters, and you hear this fucking
Yeah, I
youngins like
suppose.
No, they're gonna set an example.
yeah.
Because the girls were 19 too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like we looked up his age. He's only 23.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a difference. Like it seems young, but it's only 4 years.
He's also like a 23-year-old millionaire.
Yeah.
It's weird how money can start to do things like that for you at that age. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you give me like $1 million at 18, I would for sure be a piece of shit right now, for sure. Like,
Right,
you
yeah.
need struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's interesting you say that. I had this conversation recently. In the NFL, it's mandatory for all players to take finance management classes because so many players went broke. But it's very different than being like an actor or a musician when you're 18 and getting millions of dollars because they don't make you take classes for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they want you to do the drugs and party and stuff like that because it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's like, look at this train wreck. And then they die and it's like, oh man, rest in peace. Like mental health. It's like, dude, you were encouraging them, this motherfucker to get high. You know, like it's you do it until it's too late. But like with football players and sports players in general, I think they are a little more obedient to themselves as far as like how they, because you have to be on a schedule and respect your actions. That's kind of a weird way to say it, but you know what I'm saying. Like to be a professional athlete, you can't just like fuck around and be like, I made it to the NFL.
You gotta be like
you gotta
gym,
be really
train, football,
Discipline.
Yeah.
discipline, absolutely.
But then when you make it,
Yeah, I mean, but to be like a top athlete, like you have to continue to train. But I guess that could be different than like mental.
what
like,
position do you play?
running back.
He's running
Damn,
back.
okay.
He's good too.
You once you get to that level, there's so many other people taking care of those steps for you.
Yeah, I'm sure you just gotta show up.
Yeah.
Plus, with like situations in the NFL like this is kind of maybe a weird coincidence, but it's always running backs. Like it's Ray Rice, Kareem Hunt, LaShawn McCoy.
You know
You
why,
get hit in the
right?
head the most, dude.
You know why, right?
No.
I don't know either. I'm just kidding. There's no good reason for it.
I was like, damn, where are you going with
They're the
this?
people that get hit the most.
No, I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Man,
That's
Yeah,
weird.
for real.
That's sad.
I just saw a
that's
play
true.
with the Cowboys, dude. Helmet to helmet,
Yeah.
no call. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
That dude got up. He's just like, his life is over.
It
10
is-
years, dude.
It is weird how there's those weird personas that you attach to positions in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's like, why do we always like attach a certain thing to people, like depending on what the position is?
I mean, that's
Because of
that's a big part of their life. They've played that role
Yeah.
for a long time. You know,
But like the wide receivers, I was like this cocky guy with gold teeth. It's like,
yeah.
all right, guys, we're gonna check out one of our pieces of fan mail here. So here we go. We got Dear Jab. I've been seeing a guy off and on for about 5 years now. He's had a girlfriend a lot of the time and also has kids with her. He's always saying that he's going to leave her and be with me, and I'm starting to think he never will. I want to hear a guy's opinion on this because maybe one of y'all have been in this position? Question mark. Thanks, sincerely, Sidecar Sally.
Were you making that into a question?
Yeah,
With a
it
higher
was a
voice?
question mark. I wanted to make sure people were clear. I was clear and
Okay.
concise. This is a
Okay.
question.
So, I mean, first off, have you guys been in that situation
With like a side chick?
with
someone who has
No,
kids?
I think being the side dude with someone who has kids.
Personally, no.
I don't
Are
think
you
I've ever.
asking me if I have kids?
No.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah, what is the question?
She said, "Have you ever been in that position?" So, like, being the side person with someone
No.
who has kids.
No.
I will say I've been in a position where like I was lying to a girl like that. I've been there before.
About having kids?
No, about like my relationship
Oh, yeah,
status.
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I have been there before.
For sure.
back in the day.
I can't say I've ever been like a side dude.
And as far as you know,
So he was lying about having kids to the girl.
no. I think he's just telling her that he's gonna break up with his girlfriend and
And he's
the
saying
kids.
he's single? Okay.
Yeah. So I think that it sounds like he has a life with them from what I got from this.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like I think he already made his choice because he has kids with her.
Yeah.
And, like that's pretty.
Or the choice has been made for him.
Yeah.
As,
Do you-
like, a
That's a
man.
good question. So like
Is it
If-
too late for
if
him
he
to
has
change?
a family with another woman and he's not happy with that woman, but he wants to be with her, like is that who is it not his fault anymore? Is he just stuck in a pickle?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
a hard
I don't
one.
think. I don't think anyone should be stuck in that position. Like.
But it's hard,
But
man,
you
because
took the responsibility of having kids.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you want to be there for your kids so they have a full family. It's hard to grow like
Yeah,
a kid
that's
without
true.
one parent is weird. It's different. And I feel like maybe that's why a lot of people work it out and stick it out.
Yeah.
But is that the right? You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to help the kid's life, but like, does it really help if you guys aren't fully happy?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen both sides.
I
Yeah.
mean, do you think? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think people can change their mind?
Change your mind after having a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not
do.
you can't like change your mind about having a kid. Like that's done. But like as far as like being
Well-
with the person that you had the kid with, like
Yeah, you can change your mind.
So going back to Sidecar Sally's story, I don't know. What do y'all think? What would you do in her position? Personally, I think if I was in her position, you'd have to drop it. It's best for you. It's best for that person's family. It's best for you in the long run because you're just wasting your energy. I mean, we've talked about this a lot before. Is wasting energy in places that aren't any good for you to waste your energy in.
Yeah, but there is a lot of history. I mean, if there is
Yeah.
history, I don't know if this person knows them before they had the kids.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on with that? There could be a lot of emotional attachment to it. But yeah, I would hope to say that if I was in that situation, I would be able to, like, get out of it.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, what would you do if you were in the guy situation? Like if
the guy in between.
the guy with the kids. Like you're with someone, but then you've been messing with someone on the side for 5 years. Like do you think? Would you stay with the person?
I think that if you love somebody, loving somebody isn't about being like happy because they're yours. It's about being happy because they're happy, right? So like if I love somebody, I should be happy that they're happy, regardless of if it's a direct thing that makes me happy. Like if they're in a relationship with me and they're not fully happy, but they do the things that make me happy, you know, like feed me, whatever, but they're not fully happy, that's not love. That's a one-way street. You're just the only one who's receiving that care and that love. If it's not a two-way street, it's not love. So if I was the guy, if you really love this girl, you should let her be on her own, because you have established family.
That's well put.
Like, you're established, you know, you've started to grow something, and in 5 years, if he's been off and on with the same chick, like, there's a level of affection there that isn't there for you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even if, and then for her, for Sidecar Sally, if she loves this guy, like, if you love him for real, let him be. Like, let him, you gotta leave him with where he's at, because obviously that makes him happy.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you're just holding on to something that's not gonna come to fruition.
And, like, as a guy, I know that, like, feelings are roller coasters sometimes. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, you know, this and that, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, this is why I love this person. So I could, you know, that's debatable, and especially with kids. I mean, you don't have enough time with each other, so I'm sure that dwindles the relationship also.
I think one thing I've heard from parents is, like, when you have kids, like, your life becomes not about you anymore, right? And it becomes about them. So, like, you can't really, like, think about what's best for you. You have to think about what's best for them.
For your kid, yeah.
And, like, I don't know if, like, bringing someone in on, you know, from the side for 5 years is, like, necessarily good for them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I also see, like, both sides where, like, if you're not happy with someone, maybe, but, like, I don't think you should be seeing both people at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to make that choice, make it. You know, like, the kids can move on from that. I've met people who have had, like, divorced parents that were fine.
I know my friends, they've gone through this, some of them, and some of them, the kids, like, they love it because now, like, you know, dad's happy and all that fun stuff. But then some of them, they're just like, they don't want anything to do with their parents anymore. I think it's how it's handled as a parent. Like, are you, like, do you have enough money and time to take your time away from the kids and stuff like that? Like, if you're just leaving the wife and, like, leave her with nothing, you know, that's a whole nother discussion. And the kids' state of mind.
Depending on how old the kids are, too. Like, if you want to do it, like, earlier in their life is probably better. You know, so it's,
that's
like,
what they
easier
know.
for them to handle. And then they grow up with that. Yeah.
The worst thing to do is to just wait on it. Because if you wait on it, it's going to get to the point where everybody gets hurt, where everything's broken. And then if you just say, for example, this guy, talking from this guy's point of view, if he keeps stringing this on and it blows up in his face, now the girlfriend doesn't want to be with him, and neither does the other girl, right? And if he does start pick one of them to stick with, it's broken. It's been broken.
Yeah,
you know?
but maybe
it had to get to that point.
Maybe he wants it to blow up.
That'd be an easier solution because you can pretend like it's out of your hands.
Yeah.
But that's just not. That's like that shit sticks with people. You know.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying that's something I would do.
Yeah.
It's just that might be the mindset of the person.
Yeah, I think that shit's crazy, man. Like, so actually here at our studio earlier today, we heard some
ruckus.
There's definitely some ruckus.
Some neighbors.
We heard some people fighting. We could hear them must have had a window open or something. We could hear it pretty clearly. And apparently, this guy is cheating on his woman. She found pictures, and he has a baby by another woman.
It's like
The
Usher
woman's pregnant.
confession style.
She
Yes.
went through his phone.
Yeah.
Crazy. Listening to this whole thing was nuts because it was such a good way. It was a perfect little like isolated incident where we could listen to it and kind of interpret. Because I was listening to the way he reacted, and he was blaming her for looking at his phone, finding out he was cheating.
Right. And, you know, it's funny coming out. It's not funny, that situation necessarily, but it's funny that we were talking about me being in an apartment and hearing stuff and, you know, the level of, like, minding my own business.
Yeah.
But, like, those situations, like, you have to have some concern for, like, if someone's getting hurt.
Yeah.
But living in apartment complexes for, I don't know, 7 years now or whatever, I've heard that so much.
Yeah.
Every single apartment complex I've lived in, I've heard people yell about cheating.
Yeah.
And you hear people stomp around, and, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds bad.
It's weird because no one really wants to make, like, that move of, like, I'm out of here, whatnot.
Yeah.
Because, like, she was holding onto the phone. He wanted to leave. She didn't want him there, but was holding onto the phone. Obviously, he wouldn't leave because his phone's not with him, you know? And it was just, it's like stringing it along.
He sounded so guilty.
For
Yeah,
real.
he was guilty.
He's like,
100%
you
guilty.
did this, like, you were looking for this by looking through
Yeah.
my phone. I was like, really, bro? Like, you got another girl pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He also said, are you the stupidest motherfucker in the world?
Yeah,
Dude,
that's mean.
there's so many questions I like to ask
looking through
people
a phone.
about that kind of stuff. Because, so if you're with somebody and you truly care about them, can you care about another person equally? You ever think about that? Is that a possibility? Like, is that because there's so many people on this planet of Earth? Like, you are compatible with more than one person. So what happens if you happen to be in the vicinity of both two people like that, and it's real and it's like that? Like,
I mean, like people have those type of relationships, but it's got to be discussed. Like, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see anything wrong with having the relationship where there are less boundaries on being with one person. Like, there's nothing wrong with that if you agree on it. But like, if someone thinks that you're being like honest to them, like, you should probably respect that. In my opinion, like if you want to like fuck girls, just like tell them, like they might even be cool with it. Like, but people won't because they're afraid of like that not working out. Now you have no one.
yeah.
But I think if that's like, I've met people who are in open relationships and stuff like that. Like, you don't have to like go around behind people's back. Like, there are people willing to do that. It's becoming more and more popular as the years go on. I think like
Not in
monogamy.
my house.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I could like deal with that.
Yeah.
Have you ever proposed the question?
Like, for what question? Have
Because-
an open relationship?
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't want my girl to me knowing that.
What do you mean?
Like knowing she's having sex with other people.
Yeah.
Or seeing
Oh,
other
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
I don't want it. I don't want an open relationship.
Okay. Never mind.
Would you?
No, I've been asked that
Yeah.
by someone I was with before. They said like, what would you feel about that?
Hell no.
And it's just like the thing for me, and like this is definitely just like insecurity of being a man, but like it's so much easier for girls to have sex than guys. So like, and then it's becoming this is like I said, just like my mind just doing it itself. There's no reason to believe this, but like then it's like a contest of like how many other people you can fuck. You know? It's just like
Yeah. And
I don't want to know.
I don't want to like be in bed. I'm like, hey, where were you tonight? She's like, I was with Jerome.
Right. Well,
Oh, would it be better if she was like, I was with Mike?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, we good then. You good?
yeah, have fun.
Mike, yeah.
Stan.
Mike asked you how you were doing again.
Yeah.
He said,
Stan left you some chocolates. I don't know what he's trying to imply.
Oh, I love that guy. Bring him around.
That'd be so
I
weird.
don't give a fuck, Jerome or Mike. Getting these hands.
So I thought about it when she asked me, like, because she was serious. So I thought about it for a while, and I think the worst thing, because like I liked her a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not like I was just like it's just someone I was having sex with. Like I was thinking, like if I have feelings for you and I like want to hang out with you, and it's like I have plans tonight. Like I know what I know what you're doing.
That's gonna hurt.
Or she's doing something else, but I'm already thinking
You're
that
already
she's just
thinking
fucking.
it. And now your mind's all fucked
That's
up.
what I'm saying.
And now
It's-
you got to sit in the house.
It's just the insecurities of being like not even a man, but just like being like someone like myself. You know, what I'm saying? I don't think I could be with someone that I love and knowing that they're like fucking other people. I've heard stories. Aziz Ansari has a book called Modern Romance, which I would definitely recommend.
Yeah, you've talked about it before.
Yeah, he talks about just kind of like the modern state of dating, and he has a chapter on
Dicks?
open relationship, and he has a chapter on open relationships. And one of the girls said they were like down and like tried it, and the guy was fucking like way more girls, and then they like fell out of love, and just like it didn't work.
And also, like, do you bring them back home? Imagine how weird
No,
that'd be.
I think that's like a rule that you're not supposed to do.
hey, Alec, how you doing?
Yeah, you come
Oh,
home.
just walking out, high five,
Yeah.
tap that ass.
Hope you get some later, too.
Oh,
Too much. No. What's mine is mine. What's yours is yours. It doesn't go back and forth.
yeah. This episode of The Jab is brought to you by Pound Social.
Pound Social is a social media growth platform that uses automation to connect you with the right followers for your brand and your business. Check out www.poundsocial for more details.
On this episode of Dude,
Bro!
What?
Big Cow in the news. Knickers the cow.
Whoa. What?
Yeah. Hold up.
Knickers. I was saying Knickers. Knickers.
Dude.
All right. Proceed.
Can you
With caution.
His like. Okay.
Yeah.
His name. You know his name. I'm not saying it again.
In this episode of JB.
Australian. What's JB?
J.A. Ja. On this episode of Ja.
AJ.
Just in Alex Dyslexic.
And
Every
bro.
time.
All right. So
I took myself out like an idiot.
JB.
Yeah, Alex out. Because I went home because Brock's acting wild.
That makes sense, actually. You just separate yourself from the situation.
I separated myself from the situation.
This isn't my thing anymore.
We might keep it.
All
Hey,
right.
ain't my problem.
Okay, so big ass Australian cow, mate.
Jordan, what the fuck? Jordan is ruining the window as we speak.
All right.
Dude, this should be on fucking. We should be
Yeah.
recording.
Just making sure that was shut.
Oh, it'd be
All right.
funny.
So the cow, you know his name. He's 6'4", which means he's taller than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
LeBron James.
But the cow weighs 2,800 pounds, which it's about 14 and a half Danny DeVito's.
Danny DeVito is the measurement
Is
scale
that
for
Bam
this?
Margera's dad?
Can you can you imagine 14 Danny
No, who is
DeVito's?
that?
It'd be hilarious.
Is that the mini guy from
Always
Sunny and
Sunny.
Don
Vito?
Vito.
Oh.
No, Don Vito from he's the uncle from Bam Margera. Or I'm gonna give you what you need.
Dude, that guy was disgusting.
Yeah,
Dude, he showered with the lights off.
Of course.
I wouldn't want to look at that either.
Of course. I would.
Yeah, he's a bad person.
And his eye.
He wasn't a bad person.
Yeah, he was.
I
He
feel-
sexually assorted girls and
Yeah, I
shit.
feel like he definitely
Really?
does
Yeah.
some Thai shit.
Well, he
Like some-
died. So.
I didn't know all that business.
Yeah. So big ass cow. Have you? What were-
Big ass cow. So this cow can feed a village?
Yeah, I saw it was like 1,500 burgers worth of cow. It's weird that cows are measured in Danny DeVito's and burgers.
Yeah. so
But it gives you an idea.
we get about 9-10 Dannies out that one, eh?
Is it a Texas cow or like a black and white cow?
It's in Australia. It's black and white. It's a cow too. It's not a bull, so it's like Big Mama. Mama. Johnny Bravo.
So they should like breed it, right? Or is this just like a freak accident? Are there any other cows that
It's
big?
genetically
I mean, it's like-
modified.
It's grown. So
I'm gonna start measuring everything in Danny DeVito's now. Every fucking thing. How many reps are we gonna do today, man? We're gonna do about a half a Danny DeVito. about a half, maybe a little more.
12,000 burgers.
We're gonna do about 12 burgers worth, yeah.
so apparently the cow is too large to eat.
It's gamey, I'm sure. I better be really lean.
Too
It's-
large to eat.
It's
Like
too large to put
like
through a
PETA
process.
will come.
It's too large to put through a processing facility. Like I think size wise, it's just too big for the machines.
So you gotta do it with your hands?
I bet the cow wrote that. Yeah.
That's so sad, dude.
Genius.
Sorry, I'm too big.
That's sad that like you can't like you have to put a cow through a machine, dude.
I know,
What the
isn't it?
Fuck.
Do you know what it does?
I don't even want
Cow
to know,
machine.
Dude.
Yeah.
I won't watch that show.
It's like an
I don't
automated
care.
thing that slices the throat. Boom.
What's that show called?
Not-
the movie that they made about it.
Dick
Yeah.
Faces of Death? My
Maybe.
mom used to make me watch that shit.
Is that about cows?
So Faces of Death is an old like 90s thing. No, bro, but they're in there. So
yeah?
it's just a bunch of things getting killed, like slaughterhouse processes, people being cremated,
Fuck.
like just a bunch of fucking vulgar ass shit all over the place. There's like 20
She
bars.
made you watch this?
Okay, I watched it with her. My mom is a very vulgar lady.
Okay,
No,
I see,
that's
I
not
see.
the right phrase.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mom is a very morbid lady. Like she's very dark. Like she loves books about serial killers. She used to look at that shit and saying this out loud. Maybe my mom's a psychopath. I don't know.
Hey. Hey, you
Yeah,
never know.
I don't know. Lady does good things. I love her. But yeah, she used to watch all that stuff. She actually cleans up crime teams now. That's like her job is to clean
Really?
up. Yeah, like shit when
Your mom?
Do you know?
Yeah.
I read a
bile
study.
and stuff.
Seems like right up her alley.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
One
Although-
time when I was a kid, my mom. Oh, sorry.
Go on.
One time when I was a kid, my mom, we played a game where she practiced getting me out of the house if I was a dead body.
Yeah, so she dragged
We
you.
were just bored. I was like, Mom, I said, what's up? And we made this game up where I just like lay in my bed and she pretends she killed me and she's got to like see if she can get me out of the house as a dead body. And she always did it. She knew exactly what to do. She's little too. She's like 5'2".
Yeah.
Yep. Good times. Miss
Yeah.
you, Mommy. What were you going to say, Al? You had something.
There's a study that came out that was dark sense of humor is correlated with Alzheimer's.
Oh yeah. We're just like all thinking about all the terrible jokes we've made. It's like, yeah.
Because
I'm
Alzheimer's
screwed.
sucks wieners. Like,
Oh, dude, that's like one of the worst.
yeah, like you just can't remember anything.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think I have
yeah.
that sometimes, yeah. I forget a lot of stuff.
I forget a lot.
Sometimes during the middle of a conversation, I forget what the conversation's about.
Yeah.
And then I just
So
start
what are we
nodding.
talking about?
Yeah, what are we
That
talking
happens a
about?
lot. Huh.
Yeah. I forget who I'm talking to.
It's been nice knowing you guys.
Yeah. Hopefully I know you guys
And we'll
tomorrow.
meet each other every time we see each other, though.
That'd
for
be
the first
great.
time.
That'd be hilarious. Could you imagine your marriage if you both had all? Oh my god, that's dark. But could you imagine your marriage if you both had Alzheimer's? Like, how like every day just be like, oh my god, I just love her so much, man. It's like you, Brock, how you fall in love every other week. You know, it's kind of like that. It'd just be like that,
Damn.
but every day. Oh yeah, I sent him.
Okay.
Sheesh.
I just love. Man, fuck you, Jordan. I'm out here.
Yeah, until like you go and you're like, where's Mary?
Yeah, what if you
Yeah.
just forget your wife?
That
Or
might
she
be
dies, dude, and then
depending
you
on the
think she's still alive?
circumstances. That
You'd
might
be told every day.
It'd be tough to.
Oh,
Oh
that
man,
would suck. Yeah.
it'd be tough to be with someone and they develop Alzheimer's and they like forget who you are.
Yeah.
Like if it's
Or it's a
like,
blessing, depending on the person. Imagine being in a shitty marriage for 60 years and she just doesn't remember you anymore. You're like, all right, peace. See ya.
You know, it's for a while like that shit probably went like undiagnosed.
For
you know?
sure.
Like
So people
people just be
thought-
like, oh, you're old, you know, and just
Yeah.
forget shit and you're crazy. But now people have like more of a grasp on it, but there's no cure for it.
No.
Well,
Nothing.
it starts setting in like so young. Like it's like such a
Really?
long yes, a long process. Like
I didn't know that.
the symptoms. By the time you get the symptoms, you've already had it for 40
Yeah.
years. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of thing.
Wow.
It's crazy because it's so hard to detect it.
So how do you can't really like I'm feeling
They
like I might have
say
Alzheimer's. You can't.
It all starts in the stomach, from the gut biome, and that's where it all starts. So it's like can kind of consist on what you eat and stuff. So that's one way to
I've heard
counter it.
stuff similar
Yeah.
about that.
Damn. And it just like eats away at your brain.
I don't know. Honestly,
That's
I'm not really
crazy.
sure. I think some of
Yeah.
it's genetic too. I'd imagine. Right?
Yeah, there's probably a
Most
whole
things.
bunch of stuff.
Yeah. There's probably so many things conducive to it that they just don't know what's for sure. You know, like imagine if someone was like, "Don't eat that; it's gonna give you Alzheimer's."
Yeah,
Like
you
that
have
one
no
thing is
idea.
like it's chocolate. Chocolate. The world would be a totally different place if we couldn't eat chocolate because of that.
Mhm.
Like everybody's like, "Well, fuck, man, it's just Alzheimer's. We never decided to look there."
Yeah.
They'd make fake chocolate.
Imagine working in a facility where those people are. I bet it'd be such a fun job.
Chocolate facility.
No, not chocolate. Alzheimer's, like a home.
Do you think that'd be fun?
I think it would be fun because,
Why?
dude, imagine how happy those people would be if every single day your slate was wiped clean. I know it sounds different. Like
Have
it
you
sounds,
seen someone on Alzheimer's?
Yeah, I don't think it's as happy as you're making it seem.
No.
They are scared.
the commercials on the commercials looked good.
They're
Was
just like-
they sponsored something?
Yeah, sponsored by Alzheimer's.
This episode is brought to you by Alzheimer's.
No, I guess maybe
We'll tell you again in 10 seconds.
Maybe I'm thinking of just like the times I've been shown it and
It's so much.
television and stuff.
It's so much more than. What was that one movie that Robin Williams was in where he got
Oh,
Alzheimer's? You remember? Have you seen that movie before?
Good Will Hunting.
Was that it? No, wait,
No.
that was Matt Damon.
No, Robin Williams was in that.
Is he?
Yeah, he's on the cover.
Oh. Do Alzheimer's.
Are you sure it's not the guy from Gladiator,
shit.
Russell Crowe?
No.
A Beautiful Mind?
Alzheimer's. Why be an
Hey.
Alzheimer's?
Hey.
Dude, I think you mean
What?
Russell Crowe.
Huh. Shit, never mind. Or maybe, what was that one movie where he was like the doctor?
Robin Williams was
Yeah.
the one with the nose.
Oh, and he's in the
Yeah, he's
hospital.
in the nose. You know that movie? Anyway, I
He's
think
in the
maybe someone in that movie had Alzheimer's. I remember Robin Williams being connected to Alzheimer's.
Maybe you have
But
Alzheimer's.
that shit looks that shit looks scary as hell.
Yeah.
And like I think a lot of that, like Alex said, like you're fearful the whole
Yeah, they're just like,
time.
where the fuck am I?
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. I
Or if
guess,
you're like
yeah.
seeing like things that aren't there and shit, you're just
Picture-
hallucinating and you can't remember shit. Like that sounds terrifying. You're like, oh, I get to meet new people every day. Like I don't think it's like that.
If I ever get it, I'm gonna be the most chipper Alzheimer's person ever.
Picture like being old and having some like kid like grandpa, and you have no idea who this
Patch
kid is.
Adams.
Did you just pretend like you got that? She showed you that, didn't
No, she said The Awakening or something, right?
Awakening.
Yeah, no, Patch Adams was the doctor movie.
she? Cool.
Sorry, I have ADD. What were you guys talking about? So before we wrap this episode up, just wanted to say rest in peace to the creator of SpongeBob, Steven Hillenburg. It recently passed away from ALS, and I mean, it's crazy how like big of an impact he had on the world
Definitely.
the past 20 years. Like SpongeBob was like 20 years ago already, which is wild to me. But I feel like he was like SpongeBob was so big, not only for like just us, but like everybody in our age group or younger or even older growing up worldwide. I don't know. I feel like it's like probably like the most prominent like media that we had growing up. I think when you were talking about chocolate earlier, that's what made me think of SpongeBob. Like the
Yeah.
one where they're chocolate salesman. Like that's a classic episode.
It's like how like random the show is. It's good.
Mm-hmm. Or like the one where they do stand up and SpongeBob is like bad, but then he starts roasting everyone and they think he's funny, but like no one likes him because he's hurting everyone's feelings.
Yeah.
Or it was Sandy. He was like specifically going at Sandy and like roasting her for being like stinky from being from Texas and shit.
Yeah, my favorite's when they shave Sandy.
Oh, and they use their fur to stay warm.
That was a
That's
great
when they sneak in.
episode.
They sneak into her dome.
Yeah,
That's the Pinhead episode, right?
yeah, that is
Dirty
Pin.
Days.
Yeah.
Pinhead.
Okay, that's my favorite episode. There's
Yeah.
a scene where Patrick is like at the top of a hole and he looks up at the top and he's hitting the head with something and he rolls down the hill and the whole time he's rolling he's like, ooh! Like, that shit. I don't know what I was doing, but I remember watching that one time just laughing my ass off about
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to, well, not necessarily. So rest in
Yeah.
peace to Steven Hillenberg.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for all the memories.
All the childhood memories.
This has been episode 20 of The Jab. Thank y'all for listening. Stay tuned to our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you're not following us, please go do that. We got some more content coming on the way for sure. As always, this is Breezy Rando.
it. People call me Jay.
Young Al.
Whoop!
Stay cool, Houston.
Watch out for the jab. Watch out for the jab. Watch out for the jab.
My whole crew out.